So GTA 6 has a big fundamental issue, and overall it comes down to the battle between immersion, tedium, and of course the nonsensical rumours that are spreading through Twitter. From what we saw in the 2022 leaks, and of course in the trailer, Rockstar are taking realism and immersion seriously, but of course at the same time that can only go so far. In today's video I want to talk about a hotly debated topic in my comment section: realism versus tedium. Now realism is of course realism, and tedium is of course tedious acts that make the game feel boring. But moreover, how is this a major problem for Rockstar Games at the moment, and of course the GTA community as a whole? And later in this video I also want to tackle misinformation head on. When I started this channel, my goal was to inform people about GTA and gaming news. But what I've realized, a lot of people don't come to my channel for GTA news or updates. They come here and hope that I will confirm their biases. And I've noticed that even when I try and approach some topics logically and try and talk about things logically, I'm hit with a lot of backlash from people that seem to have unrealistic expectations for GTA 6. I get a lot of messages on a daily basis with people screenshotting Twitter posts, or of course tagging me in these Twitter posts, asking for my thoughts and feedback on the said Twitter post. And a lot of these Twitter posts are absolutely wild speculations. They are things that have no source, no credit, no reliability in any way, shape or form. And of course, when I say this is a load of waffle because there is no information and it's just a far-fetched theory, the same people that ask for my opinion are the same people that go and attack me for not telling them what they want to hear. Overall, and I'm not saying that this is a whole thing that applies to the whole GTA community, but overall there's definitely a segment of the GTA community, in particular the GTA 6 community, that are surviving off hopium and copium, trying to find any single sign or any bit of information that might lead to confirming a bias that they have about GTA 6. And it's got to the point that this has got extremely silly. Now let me explain. A lot of the questions and comments I get on whether it be a Q&A or a live stream are usually based on realistic elements of the game. How realistic will this thing be? How realistic will that thing be? Not necessarily about features of the game, functionality, missions, character development. They're usually about how realistic will this feature be. For example, I got asked if Jason and Lucia would need to go to the bathroom in the game to replenish their health. I've also been asked by a few people if Jason and Lucia need to walk a certain amount per day to reach health goals, whether it be through a fitness app or a watch app or something like that. I've also had multiple questions about Jason and Lucia having to take driving lessons for different vehicles that they drive in the game and having to sit theory and practical exams to pass a driving test. And then of course, this is one that's actually come up the most out of the aforementioned topics. Will Jason and Lucia have to file tax return and find an in-game accountant to do all of that stuff for them? Genuinely, people are asking this stuff. Now I'll tackle all of these rumours and stuff head on in a minute, but the one thing I do want to say is that overall, despite GTA 6 most likely going to be one of the best games we've ever seen in history of gaming, or actually the best-selling media product in any form of media entertainment, whether that be books or movies, people are still going to be disappointed. And that's not Rockstar's fault. People are going to be disappointed because they're setting their expectations for something that just isn't going to happen. So with all of this in mind, how realistic is GTA 6 going to be? We've seen theories of refueling mechanics, the ability to run out of fuel in the game. We've also seen theories of weight loss and gym mechanics built into the game to either fatten up or slim down your character. Theories on how we can develop our character throughout the stories, whether that be Botox, facial augmentation or anything like that. But all of these theories stem off the back of the need for the game to be realistic. And for the vast majority of people, realism doesn't equate to fun. I said a vast majority, I didn't say everyone. Now, of course, over the past few years in particular, the role-playing community has become a staple of the GTA community as a whole. But the actual reality of the situation is, the RP community only make up a very small amount of the GTA community as a whole. The main focus for GTA 6, now this isn't speculation or a theory, this is fact. The main focus for GTA 6 will be to be as commercially viable as possible. Period. The goal is going to be to make sure the game can achieve the highest amount of net bookings, whether that be through orders, pre-orders, or even online transactions. It needs to be accessible and entertaining to the most amount of people as possible. Now, for the most amount of people as possible, the fun factor, the gamification, the arcade style of playing is going to take precedent over role-playing style gimmicks in the game, such as the ability to be a police officer part of the game or anything like that. All of that stuff is a gimmick value, not an enjoyment factor for the vast majority of people. Rockstar aren't making a game for different segments of their communities. They're making a game that will appeal to the casual players, to everyone. Of course, they'll factor in some of these things when it comes to GT Online, especially for the PC game. Of course, we're still going to have a version of 5M, whether it be called like 6M or something. We don't know for sure, but Rockstar buying CFX.RE obviously is a sign of things to come in the future for GT Online. But as a core fundamental for story mode, none of that stuff really matters. So rather than this being a black and white situation, Rockstar may introduce some of these things into the game, but not in the realistic sense. For example, we may need to refuel cars in the game, but the fuel will probably last 10 times longer than it would in real life. Jason and Lucia may be able to gain weight or lose weight, but this will probably happen way faster than it would in real life. So for example, for Jason to become completely buff, this might only take 1 in-game week, for example, rather than 6 months to a year. But I think where we need to draw the line are these additional absolute nonsensical things, like the characters needing to go to the toilet, or having to contact an accountancy firm to file your taxes, or having to take driving tests for every single vehicle in the game. I've also seen a lot of theories about the police chasing you if you're running a red light and stuff like that. Now, realism is cool and it shows the bounds of the technology, but it doesn't make the game fun. I don't want police chasing me every single time I run a red light in the game. It would be so annoying. It would ruin all of the fun elements of the game. Now, this is me being biased, but as someone that streams and makes content about GTA, I want to be able to read chat and run a red light, then not have to worry about a police chase taking place while I'm just trying to enjoy making content. But of course, for most people at home, they just want to be able to drive fast cars in the game. They don't want to have to worry about traffic laws, whether they parked on yellow lines, for example. We need to look at this logically, not through the lens of hopium and copium. Now this brings me to a very important part of the video. A lot of these sorts of rumours are being peddled by pages such as these that spread complete nonsense. Some of the posts are getting millions of impressions, and rather than people looking at it and saying, well, there's no source, instead some people just choose to believe it and make up some warped justification to how it could be true. So with that being said, what is true and what isn't? If it was in the trailer, it's most likely true. But even then, if we take a look at GTA 5's trailer, for example, properties being up for sale, people hammering in for sale signs, just because it's in the trailer doesn't mean it will be in the game. If it's in the 2022 leaks, it's most likely going to be true, but at the same time, a lot of stuff in pre-development footage gets axed from the game. So once again, it's a reason to believe, but not a confirmation of. Very, very, very sharp line between those two things. If it's in Red Dead Redemption 2, it could be in GTA 6 from a mechanical level. So for example, the idea that we can interact with people around us by greeting them or antagonizing them. That was a cool feature from Red Dead 2. It's quite likely that it will be pulled from Red Dead and put into GTA 6, but it's not 100% confirmed. Fact. If Jason Schreier confirms it, it could very well be in the game because he is a reliable source, but once again, it is not 100% confirmed. If Rockstar or Take-Two announce something or do something publicly, for example, announce what their share price might be, or file patents for new AI software, it's a very good reason to believe it could be in the game, but once again, it is not 100% confirmed. Everything else, especially what you see on Twitter, is speculation. We've seen over the past few weeks a lot of people say that Rockstar employees have leaked stuff, and they've posted screenshots of Rockstar employee accounts from LinkedIn and stuff like that, and said that that employee has leaked a thing and all of this, and people are actually at risk of losing their job because of false claims made on Twitter. And for those that saw my video where I interviewed a Rockstar employee, you'll know that when I used to edit social media content for a games developer about 7 years ago, one of their employees then went to Rockstar a couple of years after. And for this video that we're making right now, I asked him what his thoughts were on this rumor mill on Twitter. And his exact words were, "It's baffling and all of it is shite." So overall, I think that people really do need to manage their expectations for GTA 6. There's so many scam pages on Twitter talking about things from GTA 6, and people are so wrapped up in the game, and this is coming from a guy that makes a living making content about it. Some people are so wrapped up in it that they can't look at it objectively. They'll see one rumor on Twitter and then they'll go and spread it around, and they'll spread it around, and at the end of the day, it's all nonsense. Like, everything this page posts is complete waffle. And the same thing applies to all of these other accounts that are just posting complete nonsense about GTA 6. Please do not believe anything you see on Twitter unless it comes from a reliable source. And when I say a reliable source, I mean Jason Schreier, Rockstar, or Take-Two Interactive. That's all you should really throw any weight to. For me, for example, I'm not a reliable source, and whenever I speculate or say what my opinion is in a video, I make it very clear. I've had people cut out parts of my videos where I've said this part of the video is purely speculation based on the information we have available, then I'll talk about a point. They'll upload that clip of that point to social media and say that I'm a Rockstar employee or something. I'm not a Rockstar employee, And it's just wild. The whole thing's wild. We can have fun and speculate, and that's the reason why I started this YouTube channel, is because me being perfectly biased here, but I feel like I can look at things objectively and I can move things away from rumor and speculation when they have some weight. And I can also clarify that difference between rumor and speculation. But it's very clear that at the moment, there's a large part of the Rockstar community that just can't do that. They can't separate out speculation, theorizing from fact. So to summarize, this is going to cause issues for Rockstar, and especially the Rockstar community. A lot of people are expecting things to be in the game that just don't have any merit. And a lot of people that watch my videos, you know, if you are of a younger age, you weren't there for the GTA 5 release cycle. The GTA 5 release cycle was full of rumors and speculation, but GTA 5 was nowhere near as big as what GTA 6 is going to be. So the rumors and speculation were nowhere near as bad as they are now. Like what's happening at the moment is absolutely wild. So if you did enjoy today's video and you do want me to clarify when leaks and rumors and speculation are real or not, please consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you all so much for watching today's video, and if you did enjoy, of course, please consider liking and subscribing. And if you want to support the channel, I have merch down below, or you can become one of my channel members, my lovely channel members here. Just tap the join button next to the subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.